Hey everybody, it's Casual Boops coming at you with another video. This is not going to be a normal video where we go over tanks and gameplay and stuff. I just got done doing this, and it is a huge risk. And I thought, hey, why not make a video about it? Because other people might want to live vicariously through me and my degenerative gambling processes here. So here's what's going on. Here's a little bit of background. So this video, I'm not sure if you've seen it. A lot of people have seen it. It's the one that says the future of World of Tanks from the World of Tanks official channel. That came out a little bit ago, a couple days ago. Talked about the things that are going to be happening presumably in the next year in World of Tanks. And one of the things here, I'll just play it for you, this portion about the new and improved crew system. If you haven't seen the video, I'll link it in the description. You should go check it out. It's a pretty good video. But here's this. Skills. Right, here's this. One crew for 3 tanks. And then, oh, that part right there. So what it did is all the commanders stay where they are, and all the other crew just seem to like melt into, they just like melt into a puddle of crew books, right? So this is important. So that's the way I interpreted that. And then yada, yada, yada. So we'll just see. I don't know if this is going to work this way, but because I'm a degenerative gambler, I interpreted that to mean that, so I have a bunch of tanks right now that I have liked for a long time, and I've had them in my garage for a long time, and I've had crew for a long time. And why does this matter, Boops? Get to the point. The point is like something like the Borsig. I had this tank for a long time, and I had crew in it for a long time that were not very good. And so some time ago, I took the crew out of them that were in there, were like 2.5 skill regular guys. And then I put in some way better stuff, some 0 skill perk stuff from the ladies from the various different events, and then this, Warhammer 40k guy. So I had spare crew, and I had done this a few different times in other tanks. So what I did is I took this spare crew from leftover from other tanks, or like, at one point I thought, man, I really want to have a tortoise, and the tortoise is fine. It's a fine tank. But at one point I am just now sick of the tortoise, have no desire to play the tortoise, have kind of grown to hate the tortoise. So I sold the tortoise, and I had a tortoise crew, for example. So, but no tortoise tank, and no plans to ever get a tortoise ever again. So what I did is I went to the barracks, and I said all nations in the barracks, and I took all of those crew that were like that, make sure they were not in tanks, and then I said commanders. And there was a huge big list, and I took all of those commanders that it would let me do, and I converted them into not commanders. And normally that's 500 gold, but this weekend, this is New Year's Eve weekend, and Happy New Year, everybody, if you're watching this when it's released. It's on discount. It's like 25% off. So instead of 500 gold, it's 375 gold to change things from commanders to not commanders. So I did that, and I went through and changed all this spare crew from a commander to like a gunner, and then just left it, hoping that all of these crew for this Borsig, for example, the old Borsig crew that now is gunner, driver, loader, all of those guys will now melt into crew books. Whereas before, I would have been still stuck with a spare commander for the tank that I don't really need. And I went and did this for all of those tanks. And then I went a step further, and I did that for lots of tanks. So I went through every single tech tree tank that I kept in the game, right? And things where it was like, where it was like a mid-tier tank or something that I wouldn't mind not having a crew for a little while, like the Chaffee, the T6 medium tank, the M4 Sherman, the T29, the T32. I'm thinking, okay, I have a whole bunch. I have a T54 E1, a T57 heavy tank, and an E5 crew. So I'll take these two guys, I'll stick their commanders in the barracks, and then I'll go convert all of these. I did this where I converted the commanders of each of these tanks for the exact same reason, hoping that all of those commanders and all of those crews would then, you see here, it's got a 4 skill crew, because this used to be the commander for my Sherman. Was hoping that it would then melt all of those guys, so I could basically take all of the Sherman crew, melt them into crew books, and then when the time comes, I'll just take my Patton crew, and you can train it for 3 tanks, so I'll just train it for the Sherman, and then train the M46 Patton for the T6 medium, and then boom, I have fewer crews, and then a shitload of crew books that I can use to spice up the crew that still do exist. I don't know if it's going to work that way. I hope it does, because if it doesn't, I just fucked myself, and I also spent like 20,000 gold doing this, so That's why I said I have made a huge risk. I took the T-25A2. All of these tanks that I'm scrolling through here used to have crew. And you can see now everything that says crew incomplete, it's because it doesn't have that now. I took the commander out, even this shitbox Panzer 7, because I'm planning on making one of the other, like maybe the E100 will be the daddy, the crew of the E100 will be the daddy of the Panzer 7, and then the crew of the Tiger 1, or the crew of the Mouse will be the daddy of the Tiger 1. And I would do the same thing with the E75, but I like the E75. I might want to play the... You know what? Fuck it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. You got to commit. If you're going to do it, you got to do it all the way. That way, if I'm screwed, I'm all the way screwed. So here we go. Change to the gunner. And now we cross our fingers. I was going to do it with these ones too, but these are locked in as commanders. They can't be changed, which is rather annoying. So that's just going to be what it is. So that's that. I have made a huge risk, and all these tanks that don't have... You know what? We're going to do it with this one too, because I've got a whole bunch of... Yeah, Waffle, you're done. Send to the barracks. I'm committing. You gotta full on put your money where your mouth is. Don't dismiss anything. There we go. So that's the whole thing. I'm not recommending that you, viewer that is watching this, I'm not recommending that you do this because this is huge risk. I have no idea if this is going to work out, but if it does, it'll be really sweet. And if it doesn't, I will be very annoyed. So that's it. I just wanted to show that little video. It's real fast. We'll be back next year. Next year, like maybe tomorrow, we'll see. With some more regular stuff. Regular, normal-ish videos. And yeah, we'll see you then. Happy New Year, everybody, and thanks for watching. Cross your fingers. What do you think? Is this a stupid thing? Have I just totally screwed myself, or does this seem like a valid strategy? Let me know in the comments what you think of the crew, that portion of the crew video, and whether this is whether I've totally misguided or what's happening. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.